I'll give an example. Like I'll tell you a story that's kind of like it's a public story and it's from a long time ago, but it kind of gives a flavor of like how far these countries will actually go when they're playing the game for fucking real. So it's 1945. America and the Soviet Union are like best pals because they've just defeated the Nazis, right? To celebrate that victory and the coming new world order that's going to be great for everybody, the children of the Soviet Union give as a gift to the American ambassador in Moscow this beautifully carved wooden seal of the United States of America. Beautiful thing. Ambassador's thrilled with it. He hangs it up on behind his desk in his private office. You can see where I'm going with this probably, but yeah, 7 years later, 1952, finally occurs to us, like, let's take it down and actually examine this. So they dig into it, and they find this incredible contraption in it called a cavity resonator. And this device doesn't have a power source, doesn't have a battery, which means when you're sweeping the office for bugs, you're not going to find it. What it does instead is it's designed, that's it. It's
the thing.
It's
they call it the thing.
They call it the thing. And what this cavity resonator does is it's basically designed to reflect radio radiation back to a receiver to listen to all the noises and conversations and talking in the ambassador's private office. And so
how's it doing it without a power source?
So that's what they do. So the Soviets, for 7 years, parked a van across the street from the embassy, had a giant fucking microwave antenna aimed right at the ambassador's office, and were like zapping it and looking back at the reflection and literally listening to every single thing he was saying. And the best part was when the embassy staff was like, we're going to go and like sweep the office for bugs periodically, they'd be like, hey, Mr. Ambassador, we're about to sweep your office for bugs. And the ambassador was like, cool, please proceed and go and sweep my office for bugs. And the KGB dudes in the van were like,
just turn it off.
Sounds like they're going to sweep the office for bugs. Let's turn off our giant microwave antenna. And they kept at it for 7 years.
It was only ever discovered because there was this like British radio operator who was just, doing his thing, changing his dial. And he's like, oh shit, like, is that the ambassador?
Just randomly.
Like, so the thing is.
Oh, and actually, sorry, one other thing about that. If you heard that story and you're kind of thinking to yourself, hang on a second, they were shooting like microwaves at our ambassador 24/7 for 7 years.
Whoa.
Doesn't that seem like it might like
Give
fry
you
his
cancer?
Genitals or something? Yeah, or something like that.
You're supposed to have a lead vest.
And the answer is
Jock.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. And this is something that came up in our investigation just from every single person who was filling us in and who dialed in and knows what's up. They're like, look, so you got to understand, like, our adversaries, if they need to like give you cancer in order to rip your shit off of your laptop, they're going to give you some cancer.
Did he get cancer?
I don't know specifically about the ambassador, but like
we're limited to what we can say. There's actually people that you talk to later that can go in more detail here, but older technology like that, like kind of lower powered, so you're less likely to look at that. Nowadays, we live in a different world.
The guy that invented that microphone his last name is Theremin. He invented this instrument called the theremin, which is a fucking really interesting thing.
He's just moving his hands?
Yeah, your hands control it waving over this.
What?
It's a fucking wild instrument.
Have you seen this before, Jamie?
Yeah, I saw Juicy J playing it yesterday on Instagram. He's like practicing. It's a fucking cool ass thing.
That's also pretty good at it too.
Yeah. There's both hands are controlling it by moving in and out in space, X, Y. I honestly don't really know how the fuck it works, but
wow,
I've seen it. Yeah, it's cool.
That is wild.
It's also a lot harder to do than it seems. So the Americans tried to replicate this for years and years and years without really succeeding. And anyway, that's all kind of part of it.
I have a friend who used to work for an intelligence agency, and he was working in Russia. And they found that the building was bugged with these super sophisticated bugs that operated. Their power came from the swaying of the building.
Get out. I've never heard that one before.
The swaying of, just like your watch, like I have a mechanical watch on, so when I move my watch, it powers up the spring and it keeps the watch. That's how an automatic mechanical watch works. They figured out a way to, just by the subtle swaying of the building in the wind, that was what was powering this listening device.
So this is the thing, right? Like
I mean, what the fuck?
well,
The things that nation states.
What's up, Jamie?
Google says that's what was powering this thing, the Great Seal bug, which I think
Really?
is the thing. So I
There's
don't
another one?
know. About
oh, this is so you can actually see in that video. I think there was a YouTube. Yeah. So
Same kind of thing, Jamie?
I was just I typed in Russia spy bug building sway. The thing is what pops up,
The thing.
which is what we were just talking about.
Oh, that thing. So that's powered the same
Oh, I
way by
think
the
that's-
sway of the
I
building?
don't.
I think it was powered by radio frequency emission. So there may be another thing related to it. Not
Huh.
sure, but yeah. The
Maybe Google's a little confused.
I don't know.
Maybe it's the word sway is what's throwing it off.
But it's but it's a great catch, and the only reason we even know that too is that when the U-2s were flying over Russia, they had a U-2 that got shot down in 1960. The Russians go like, like friggin' Americans like spying on us. What the fuck? I thought we were buddies, or what? Well, it's the 60s. I obviously didn't think that, but and then the Americans are like, okay, bitch, look at this, and they brought out the seal, and that's how it became public. It was basically like the response to the Russians saying like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all dirty.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
everybody-
Everyone's spying on everybody.
that's the thing.
And I think they probably all have some sort of UFO technology.
We need to talk about that. One
We,
day.
we turn off our mics and
I'm 99% sure a lot of that shit is ours.
You need to talk to some of the.
Oh, I've
Anyway,
been talking to people.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
I've been
sure
talking to a lot of people.
there might be some other people that you'd be interested in
I would
chatting
very
with.
much be interested. Here's the problem. Some of the people I'm talking to, I'm positive they're talking to me to give me bullshit. Because I'm a
Are we on your
blabbermouth.
list? Are you like
No, you guys aren't on the list. But there's certain people I'm like, okay, maybe most of this is true, but some of it's not on purpose. There's that. I guarantee you, I know I talk to people that don't tell me the truth.
Yeah. It's an interesting problem in like all intel, right? Because there's always the mix of incentives is so fucked. Like the adversary's trying to add noise into the system. You got pockets of people within the government that have different incentives from other pockets.
And then you have top secret clearance and all
Yeah.
sorts of other things that are going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
One guy that texted me, he's like, the guy telling you that they aren't real is literally involved in these meetings. So stop. Just stop listening to him.